Let's go ahead and get started. I will, we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be recording. Let's jump over to our printing reports and using report borders and show how borders work. I don't know if many of you have used the printing and the report border function, but it is fairly simple. It just takes a little bit of exposure to get used to it. So I'm going to open up a schedule. Let me pull a schedule open. Let me get my, this is my, let me open up one that's got stuff in it. Here we go. Here is a schedule. And as you can see, I have this schedule laid out. I've got it the way I want it. Let's say I've got it the way I want it. I've got the columns that I want in my report. And I want to go ahead and print this schedule, right? First thing to do is I'm going to go to my print preview screen and let's see how it looks. I can set my printer. I'm going to set it up for a PDF print. And I'm going to select print preview. And now you notice I have pretty much blank everything down here on the bottom. I don't have a logo. I don't have any headers up at the top. And it's horizontal, or it's portrait format, and I want landscaping. So all of that kind of stuff I can set up over here. Here's my print button. I'm going to go into my print settings button. And most of these I can just modify in, here's where I set my printer and so forth. I'm going to go to my details button and I'm going to set my print to a landscape letter size. And you can see I don't have a border still, right? But that's basically, I'm getting ready to set up my border. So let's look at what a border is. A border file right here, it's empty. In my details tab on my print dialog box, I have an option here to put in a border file. And I actually happen to have one. I could create a new one, but I happen to have one. I have an Encore border. And so I'm going to select that one. And it's just, you can save them. They're just a regular file. You can save anywhere on your, in your file folder system, right? So I've added that border. Let's see what that looks like. So notice it added I have my logo here, some names and things like that. Not much in there. Let's go back in that again and let's edit that border file. And let me just show you different things you can do to edit that file. Okay, so here is my border file. Let me open that up. So this is the actual BB file, the border file. And notice I've got a little bar chart area that I can move around, right? That's what that's showing me. That is the area that my print is going to be on my page. The schedule itself is going to fit in that window. So if I close that, you can see my logos right here. I've got my project title there. If I save this, I'm going to save this as a separate file. Right, and I'm going to go ahead and close that. Make sure that I'm using that temp file. Yep, I am. And I close this. Notice, see how I put my schedule in a much smaller spot on that page, right? So this is fitting into that area on my border file, right? So let's go back into that border file. Let me show you that again. I'm going to edit that. See, that's the that's where I can adjust how much space on the page I have. So, for example, if I want to put images on here, I can put stuff all around that page. This box is just showing where the schedule is going to go. Now, this is real handy if you have items where you're, putting presentations together, right? Because I can put just in this border file, just to give you an idea of what I can do. It's not very, I'm not very, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for you. Well, I don't know if I can zoom in very much, but on this toolbar up here, you'll see there's a new picture option, right? I can pick a new picture and say, I want to put a picture here. And it'll say, do I want it on every page or just the first page? And I can go find a file. Let me, let's see here. Let me find, let's see what I got here. Well, I'll put a picture of Amanda on there from our office, right? So now when I close that, I have Amanda's picture on my thing. So you get the idea how you can have a schedule. This is really good for proposal schedules, things like that, when you're wanting to put a good, really nice presentation for a new project or something like that. Or, but once again, you can even put you can have a picture of your project, for example, and have it real shaded, right? Real kind of a grayed out. But you can put that on here and have a really nice background for your schedule. But that is your border. So basically you do the same thing for putting your logo in here. You go back in there and edit that. That's how I got my logo. I can move my logo up here at the top if I want. I can take Amanda's picture out, or I can put other information at the bottom. A couple more things. This project title. This is just a field, right? So if you remember when you set up Ask the Power Project, you give it a project title, like right there on your new screen when you're creating it. You can put in there all kinds of information. And if I want to insert, all I have to do is just insert in one of these areas and insert a field, right? And all of these, there's the project title, project start, end date. I can, here's all the different things, project managers. These are just different fields that are throughout the software package that you can actually insert onto your report. So once again, once you get a good border file set up, you can use it for a lot of different projects. You can customize a lot of different things. But once you close that out, you can insert your fields. You can insert pictures and so forth like that, and save that border file. And it will keep things nice and easy for you. You can customize it and set up however you like, with even on these little bars right here around my heading. Let's go back in there and clean some of that up. Right, see some of these bars right here. I need to kind of clean those up a little bit. You can see it's dropping off the end of the page over here. And just once again, if I get outside the border of my margins and everything, then I could be in trouble. Once again, these are all very easy to insert. You can insert boxes, colors, pretty much anything with a border file. Couple of things that will help. I just cleaned up. You can see I cleaned up those. The other items that you can do, you can customize how many lines are going to fit within this box, right? I can set those up like right here. I can say, how many lines I want in my print options. Let's go in here. And I can go into scaling. So I can say, I want right here is where I have my my date zones. I can set my customized, but right down in here, I can say I only want 20, let's say 25 lines, rows in my schedule per page. Notice how it made those a lot bigger, right? So now I can see that it's only got down to line 25. I can go in here and customize in my scaling where I want it to fit. If I were going to do a 3-week look ahead, right, on my scaling, I would come in and just set up my details to go a landscape, and then my scaling, I would set it up to just have everything fit 1 page wide. And then under my appearances, here's where I can set up different shows right here. I can turn my code library off, see these milestone appearances, things like that. I can turn those off. I can turn all of these are different settings you can have. You can play around with those and it'll turn things on and off and get you a really nice print for you there. So these are in the appearance settings, right? Let's see if there's anything else. Any questions so far through the, you can use your question panel. Let me turn on your mics. We have a very manageable crowd in here today. I've got you on mute, but if you have any questions, just speak up. We have multiple borders that we use. We have some very basic ones that we'd use on all of our projects, but you typically, each client that we have will set up a different border with their logo, whatever. And it's fairly easy to manage. Any questions on the borders? All right, we will hop off. I'll have a video of this and we can catch up later. Our updating is going to go a little bit longer today. It'll go about 30 minutes probably, but we'll do 2 kinds of updates. We'll do the manual updating and the manual update and progress updating today. I'll show you a really good way to update.
Hey, John.
Yes.
This is Steve. Hey,
Steve.
Could you show everybody how to save that border? Save as,
Yeah. Yeah, you go back in this. Let's see here. I'm in the print settings. Go in the print settings. Go to my details. I'm editing this border, right? And I just do File, Save As, and I can save it anywhere I want to have it. I can say this is my Encore, client border, right? Save that border is that. And now when I go into my settings, I can just select that border to use. There it is right there. I just saved it. It's that simple to select the border for this view. So you can save those borders in anywhere. So, for example, if I have a particular client, I usually in their root folder, I have, a border that has their logo on it, right? With the settings that I like. We have some template borders we can send if you'd like. Let me know and I can send you 1 or 2 over. All right. Thanks a lot. Any other questions? Feel free to reach out to me and I'll answer any questions you have to the best of my ability. Take care. Thank you.